So I want to get into this because I want to have some fun. The season has ended for WNBA, and I wanted to take some time to go into this because a lot of people are wondering, asking, well, what's Caitlin Clark gonna do? Whatever she does, that's we're gonna follow her and go where she goes. And I am interested in what she's doing, but she said at the end of the season, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm just gonna maybe go golfing. I just want to have some fun. And so for me, I wanted to do something fun. I wanted to put together not a league, but a tour. So I call it my fantasy tour, my Caitlin Clark fantasy tour. So that's the tour right there. That's my tour. Now you see a couple of additional faces, but these are our main favorite characters from the WNBA. Okay, so we got Clark, Mitchell, Boston. We've got Fag Bentley, Dantes, Hull. Who else? Did I miss anybody? And now we got some extra people. So you'll see these two people we really fell in love with. I did anyway. Arike and then Nneka Ogwumike. So I would love to see a tour with them on it, whereby they go either do some exhibition games or play against some guys or just do a straight exhibition with organizations, with youth organizations or what have you. So I would love to see them do this tour. Now, there has been an issue with Nike and this shoe deal with Clark. And the question is, why have they not by now put out a shoe? And I find it very interesting. We're not even going to talk about the fact that somebody had an issue with Caitlin Clark getting a shoe deal before they got a shoe deal. So here's the thing. First of all, Caitlin Clark has entered into this agreement with Nike where it's $28 million for 8 years. And she's being underpaid on that because we know that when Caitlin Clark, she puts her name on something or anything with Caitlin Clark's name on it, it's going to sell out. And so for me, I think she needs to have a shoe. This is our shoe design. We're not selling it. It's just a mock. But this is what I'm saying. Nike is saying, or from what I'm understanding, Nike is expecting to have a shoe out for Caitlin Clark in 2027. And I'm saying to you, I can get a shoe out before then. I'm not understanding what this holdback is or why Nike is doing her in that way. But here we've got another company that has reached out to Caitlin Clark and saying, hey, we support you. Congratulations. Now, by the way, these are supposed to be people who are in business with Angel Reese, but Nike has not even congratulated Caitlin Clark. They have not put up any kind of advertisements. We already know the WNBA hasn't done anything. As a matter of fact, the WNBA has gone out of their way to keep Caitlin Clark out of any advertisements that they have done. So here we got Nike, who is not paying them attention, but another shoe company is. But this is my little shoe design. All right. So these are Caitlin or Clark 22s. Clark 22s. These are just mine. This is my design. We haven't put it out, but if you want it, let me know. But if we do on our fantasy tour, we would have a shoe whereby people can go online and purchase it. Also, we would have other paraphernalia. We'd have jerseys and, of course, T-shirts. So we would have a shoe. And this is just, once again, a mock. All right. So that's Clark with the name Clark 22. So that's what they're called, Clark 22. So we're just putting this tour together. So we are business people. And again, I told you, as business people, we're going to start doing things ourselves instead of expecting somebody to just do something for us. But one of the things I know that Clark could make way more money on her own with her own shoe than she can and get it out faster because for whatever reason, they're holding her back. But if we were in charge of the fantasy Caitlin Clark and Company tour, well, we're going to have some shoes. We're going to have different colors. So the next thing would be, where are we going? Because one of the things, if we're going to do a tour, we would want to have time for them to explore these places that they're going. So if we're doing a tour, for me, when I did my tour in South America, I traveled on Mondays and Tuesdays. And then I stayed, a lot of times for me, I stay for 2 weeks, but I go, we travel, and then I set up a whole bunch of shows in between those 2 weeks. So normally I'll be performing on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I travel on Monday. So at any rate, we would do a thing whereby we go to these different venues, and either we do a basketball tournament or not a tournament, but event or an exhibition game where we'd set it up, and or you have, your young youth organizations that wanted to be a part of it, to do a signing or what have you. We'd always have paraphernalia, unlike what's happening in the WNBA where you can't even find product. Things are selling out quickly. See if you can find there's an image of Caitlin Clark, and then there's the Clark 22s, and then on the top of the shoe, again, Clark 22, and the SIG. Again, this is just a mock-up. These are mocks with our fantasy shoe with a fantasy mock. And of course, we have these in different colors, all different colors. And so now let's go into the venues. Where would we go? So for me, if I'm setting this up, the 2 places in the States, there's more, you could do more, but I would do a 10-week tour for me, a 10-week tour with that Caitlin and Company, CC and Company, whereby you've got, again, Boston, Mitchell, Clark, Finlay, Hull. I'm leaving somebody out, Demiris. And I would love to have NECA or any of these players that we love, who are good folks, good spirited people, and who are available to go on the tour. It would be, and I would call, these are people who I would invite. I'd invite NECA. I'd invite, who else? NECA Gumake and Rike, maybe some of the other people who have shown love to Clark. And I'm saying this would be something fun for Clark to do. And it would be something that the players could make a lot of money off of. And when we're talking about sponsorship, she's not gonna have a problem. As a matter of fact, she doesn't even have to get sponsorship, because once she promotes it and says it, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's going to be paid for. So once again, this will be something fun. And also for me, I always like to, again, this would be a time where they could at least take some time and enjoy the places where they're going on the tour. So it's not, because I've done tours where I was performing every day, and that's too much. We just want to have fun. So once a week we have, or maybe once, twice a week, we'd have an event. The rest of the time we need to be enjoying it. And then we go to the next place. All right. So I told you in the States, 2 places that I know, definitely we do a tour in Atlanta. We do it in Atlanta, and definitely in Indiana. We do a date in both of those states and maybe another date. But then we're going overseas. All right. Some of our overseas places include Italy, Indiana, France, Canada, Australia. So those are some of that we're showing up on the screen. But these are some of the venues that we would rent out. Japan, if I didn't call Japan, because we know she has a presence there. But these are places that we would go, and we would invite some of the people who have shown love for Clark, and just to have fun for her, because she would enjoy it, and give her time on this tour where she's got time enough to enjoy the places where she's going. So these are the venues that are up on the screen that we would hit, and they're large, and we would invite, youth organizations. I'm thinking maybe an exhibition game, because we like competition, and then take time out to, enjoy, especially in particular the youth, do some signings, some giveaways, some paraphernalia product. And of course, we would set aside a setting where we can do a deal with some of these networks. And even, whereby we give some of one of the things you YouTubers need to recognize is that you all have become the news. You all have become the people who we go to when we want to hear real information about what's going on, especially with sports. So we would invite some of the YouTubers to actually stream, possibly, with respect to, you know, these events. We want you there to stream. So there's certain key YouTubers that we say, hey, we need you to come on this tour with us because we need to make sure that, you know, we get good behind the scenes footage of this tour. So we're just talking about the tour, the Caitlin Clark Fantasy Tour that I would love to see happen, but this is just my fantasy with the shoes, the jerseys, the t-shirts, the paraphernalia, the media, because we'd get the YouTubers to come out and be our media for us and stream this to their platforms. And then, yeah, we deal with some media rights deals. Like, what are you paying us so that you can be a part of this and be a part of the media? Because you know who's going to want to get into that now. Now we get some of these larger organizations that, okay, well, we need millions. All right, maybe billions. All right, but listen, that's just my idea, my fantasy. I want to thank you all for your patience with all the stalling. But once again, the Caitlin Clark tour or the Caitlin Clark Fantasy Tour, the thing that I would love, 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 love to see happen. And even if I'm not involved, I'd love to see it happen for Caitlin Clark because I'd love to see her enjoying what she does. And it doesn't seem that she got that. Of course, when you know, with greatness comes a lot of frustrations or things that you don't want to do. But I'd love to see her get into doing something that she enjoys that really pays her what she is worth. And as I said to you again, when we're talking about, you know, the WNBA, then they have this league that is really blocking. I know they're supposed to be there to negotiate, but you can't negotiate for me, especially not if I'm Caitlin Clark and I'm coming here with the whole bag. You can't negotiate for me. And so what I hope to see happen is that, again, things change in a major way coming up next season for Caitlin Clark. I hope to see this off season that she does some things that are not only fun, but things that can help her bring her game to another level and help her to become closer with her teammates. All right. So we hope to see that happen. Caitlin Clark, I just want to say, if she's watching this, I'm sure one of her people might pick this up. I'm a fan, and congratulations on your season. I hope that you maintain your positive energy. Don't get like them. Don't be like. I hope you maintain your positive energy and maintain your love for the game and your love for others and your desire to serve others. Congratulations on that energy. To the Fever team, congratulations. And I know it's been tough as far as the people criticizing, but I hope that you all will take that and let it build you and not break you. All right. I'm yours truly, Diva Lyri with UNARepublic. Thank you all for joining. We're going to see you next season. I love you. I'm out. Bye-bye.